You're listening to an AppleViz podcast. Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas Domville, also known as Mouse. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how to use low power mode on Apple Watch. So we have always had this feature on the Apple Watch called the power reserve mode. And what this does, it allows us when we are getting low on watch battery. You know how that is. Apple Watch, it just kind of not as long as the iPhone itself. And if you do some heavy uses, your Apple Watch just ticks down on battery. And you're in a place where I'm not anywhere near a power charger to charge this baby back up. I just need just a little bit more life out of this. You could put this power reserve mode on. The problem was the power reserve mode really severely limits everything in anything you could do with it. It just basically turns your watch into a dumb watch. It just was able to give you the time, and that was it. I was like, what good is this? Well, now comes along the low power mode. Thankfully, we are now able to get a little more charge out of our watch. So if you are in a situation that you need just a little bit more time out of your watch, try this out. It really puts a lot of length in the period of time that you can do on your Apple Watch. And you are going to be able to use your Apple Watch as you would normally do. Now, of course, there are some limitations, and because the low power mode needs to kind of just cut out some of the power hungry features that will need to be turned off or limited to be able to conserve on the battery. Now you're probably asking, okay, so what are some of the limitations can I expect if I put the low power mode on? Good question. The first item up is it's going to disable the always on feature. Now I have this turned off already, but nonetheless, if you turn this low power mode off, it will turn that option off. It will limit some of the sensors reading, like the background heart rate monitoring and the blood oxygen monitoring. And it will also disable the irregular heart rhythm notification, as well as for your high and low heart rate notification. Yes, I know that is curtailing quite a few things, but to get a longer battery life, that is what it's going to have to entail. So I just want to make sure you are aware of that. Now, the big one as well, you might want to know, and what else does it curtail? It also curtails on your LTE and Wi-Fi connectivity. But before you freak out, you can still make calls and texts on your Apple Watch as you always do, but it will only fetch notification once an hour. So you may miss out on very important alerts or text messages that people have sent out during this low power mode. This can be useful for myself when I'm out and about. Yes, can be out for a long period of time, whether that's I'm at a Disney park, whatever that may be. You have been there where it's just getting low, but I have my iPhone around with me so I can put the Apple Watch on low power mode so I can just get enough battery out of that before I need to go home and get it charged up. So it does come in handy in different scenarios. Maybe you're a runner, you like to be in a marathon, and you need all the information to be coming in, but yet you need a little bit more time. This is a good time to do that, is put on low power mode as well. My understanding is that you also do not have to worry about when you're exercising, as the heart rate and GPS issue on that still works as advertised. So I am going to jump in and show you how to turn this on. All right, so let's head over to the handy dandy Apple Watch of mine. We're going to wake this up and we're going to head over to the control center and we're going to look for battery. So tap on your watch.
It's 6 o'clock.
And go to the control center.
Control center. iPhone. Connected. Accessibility.
That's the easy way to get to accessibility, by the way. A little tip there. Now we're going to swipe to the right until we get the battery.
Cellular data. Switch button. Off. Wi-Fi. switch button, on. Ping iPhone, switch button, off. 59% battery power, button. Double tap to view details. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
Let's do a one finger double tap on that.
Done, button.
We have the done button. Go to the right.
Low power, mode, switch button, off.
Aha.
Double tap to toggle setting.
So let's go ahead and double tap that.
Cancel, button.
Now we have the cancel button. Now as you go to the right here,
Low power mode. Save battery life by turning off always on display and limiting the sensors as well as the cellular and Wi-Fi connections of your Apple Watch. Notifications may be delayed and emergency alerts may not arrive. This will turn off features such as background heart rate measurements, heart rate notifications, irregular rhythm notifications.
and we pretty much covered that. So go to the right.
Turn on button.
Now you have the option to turn this off or on by double tapping that, or
Turn on for button.
you get the option to turn on for, and that allows you to set it for 1, 2, or 3 days.
Turn on button.
Double tap that to turn this on.
Turn iPhone connected. Low power mode on. Accessibility.
Now let's go see if it's listed.
Cellular data. Switch button. Off. Wi-Fi. Switch button. On. Ping iPhone. Switch button. Off. 58% battery power. Low power mode on. Button.
Now it's
Double
on.
tap to view details.
We'll double
Actions
tap that
available.
again
Done. Button.
and go to the right.
Low power mode. Switch button. On. Double tap to toggle setting.
Double tap that to turn off.
Off.
And voila, that's how the power mode works. You can also get to the same low power mode option if you go into the Apple Watch under settings, go down to battery, and at the very bottom, you have the same option to turn that on and off. That is how to use low power mode on the Apple Watch. My name is Thomas Domville, also known as Anonymous. Until next time, bye-bye.
This AppleVis podcast has been brought to you by the community of applevis.com. For the latest in resources and tips and tricks to get you the best experience from your Apple device, visit www.applevis.com.